I like that they embellish the cream like it's, like that's really what it looks like. Oh, fuck. Open up the yellow submarine. You know what, hostess? When you stand between a fat man and his Twinkies, just look at that. Open up the yellow submarine.
Hello and welcome to 8-Bit Dad. I am Brian Ferguson.
And I'm Zach Rosenberg. 8-Bit Dad is the modern parent source for real fatherly opinions, updated daily. And on the show, we take some of the top weekly stories posted on 8bitdad.com.
That's right, we are the founding fathers of 8-Bit Dad, Zach and I. We like to share parenthood news from across the internet, and we like to tackle important issues within the fatherhood community. We feature exclusive interviews you won't find anywhere else. That's the definition of exclusive.
It is.
And we even blog about our own personal stories of
like
triumph and sadness.
And if you have a story that you'd like us to cover, not you, but you, then you can email us at dads@8bitdad.com. And if you'd like to write for us, and we hope that you do.
Me too.
Because they're dropping off right now.
Terribly.
Then you can contribute to our website, and that is contribute@8bitdad.com.
You can follow us on Twitter, which is twitter.com/8bitdads. And be sure to like us on Facebook, too, because we like you at facebook.com/8bitdad. You can also repin our shit on Pinterest.
I'm going to repin my mic on my lapel.
There you go. Pinterest.com/8bitdads.
You can join us on Google+.
Google Plus.
That's gplus.to/8bitdad.
All right. Now that we got that shit out of the way, it's episode 28.
First cut is the deepest.
And we are experiencing some housework right now.
All sorts of your laptops overheating.
There's bees. Dogs that shoot bees out of their mouths.
There's a cat circling my feet. I think it's a cat.
So yeah, we're gonna have
be a skunk.
Someone drilling in a hole.
There's all sorts of shit going on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But more excitingly, Easter is tomorrow.
Shit.
That's what it says on my. Evidently, Easter's not tomorrow.
I had to do this in a hurry because it's like 10 o'clock right now.
We have an official sponsor for show 28.
Twinkies.
That's Hostess. Try their new Hostess brand chocolate cream Twinkies.
Chocolate cream.
Open up the yellow submarine. Chocolate cream Twinkies.
We got a box of Twinkies from Hostess.
They sent them to us. We said we're going to eat them.
We're going to eat them.
Really? Those fucking things?
Well, what happened was you said that you were going to try to beat Kobayashi.
Yeah.
His world record of what was it? 10 in a minute.
He on Wendy Williams, which is an unofficial. Well, they did have Guinness Book of World Records there. He did 14 in a minute.
All right.
That's
and
a lot.
these are these things. So
they're Twinkies.
They look like. I can't even remember the last time I had a Twinkie.
I don't think I've had one in a long time too, which is astounding because I'm morbidly obese, is what the doctors say. So usually when I'm at the doctors, they're believing that I just came off of having a fried Twinkie sandwich or something.
Yeah. So we're gonna eat this caveman style, but you will probably see the gentleman version earlier, which we're going to record after the show. It's not a secret, but we haven't tried these yet, so we're going to try them right now on the show for Hostess. A little dry. Did you eat them?
Well, I don't suggest you eat them all in one bite. There's a hint of lemon, I think. I just want to see if there's lemon in these. That's all. Butter, sugar, corn syrup. I don't see lemon, so I'm gonna say whatever. So thanks, Hostess. They're real good. The fucking thing was delicious. I mean, what am I gonna say? Like, you know,
broke the box.
Obviously as a father, you don't want to give your kids, you know, any sort of junk food constantly, but a Twinkie every now and then is not a bad thing. And all you gotta do is just pick it up and shake them back down.
All right.
But yeah, hey, you know, it was good.
I'm still eating it.
I don't know if I have a preference between the white cream and the chocolate cream. What's the white cream? Is it vanilla? I don't know. White?
It's like
mascarpone cheese. Hey, and there's my allergies coming. But yeah, hey, what can I say? Fucker was delicious. What do we got going? We have a show going?
Anything fun happening this last week?
Nope.
All right.
My kid has been an absolute bastard lately. I love him to pieces, but he has been...
He's like 3, right?
Captain Attitude. Yeah.
3.5-ish?
When it's good, it's good, and when it's bad, it's so fucking bad. I mean, before I came over here this morning, he was like cuddling with us in bed. That's great.
Yeah.
But then you like walk out into the other room and he's like got the Wii controller in his hand because he can't not touch it. He's like got his thing Hot Wheels and he's like shaking it out and it's like 8 in the morning and fuck. I love him.
I mean,
to death. I love him to death.
As a father, do you ever have that moment where you're like, fuck, why did I do this?
I do believe that we said that yesterday, my wife and I. We were like, you know what we could have been doing tonight? We could have been out, enjoying ourselves, having a drink. You know what we're going to be doing tonight instead? We're going to be in, not having a drink.
It's expensive to go out.
Yeah, it is. We did go out to dinner last night. It was $50 even. 50 even.
Oh.
After tip.
Well then.
What are you going to do? That's a night out.
Feel nauseous. Just because I ate the whole thing all at once.
Yeah. Actually, I'm doing pretty well. It's like it's still in the same one piece in my stomach.
We did not enjoy responsibly, I gotta say.
So we had a podcast question this week.
This is terrible.
We had a podcast question this week.
Yeah.
Let's get you up to speed. Which isn't getting up to speed, it's actually shooting you and killing you.
Han Solo.
But
Han shot first. Motherfucker.
The show is really going well.
Yeah.
So far.
Totally.
But this guy
editing.
This guy in New Jersey, his father, Stuart, what's his fucking last name? Chaffetz? Maybe?
Don't say it German.
Sounds like Jewish. Stuart Chaffetz. L'chaim to Stuart Chaffetz. I don't know. He's in New Jersey. He could be anything.
Akian is his son. And he's autistic.
Akian. Autistic, and he's 10-year-old, right? Maybe? Yeah. So he has never been violent to anyone. We don't know this personally. We're taking it from Stu's mouth. And all of a sudden, Stu was getting all these letters home from this teacher saying that Akian was being violent at school and hitting and yelling at the teachers and blah, 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 blah. So they had an IEP meeting. I think it's called an IEP, but yeah, IEP meeting. And that has to do with like the educational whatever. They have like a behaviorist there and so on and so forth. So this behaviorist ended up sitting in the classes and could not figure out where this like violence was coming from. Like this behaviorist there was nothing that they were coming up with. The behaviorist even tried to like egg Akian on and try to get him into a situation where he would respond violently or yell or whatever, and it just wasn't happening. So the behaviorist came up blank and said, I don't know what's going on. So Stu did what any father should do, and it was wire his kid.
And he says this like terribly gangster. Like he's like, so what did I do? I put a Y on.
Put a wire on my kid.
Hey, where is he from? Is he from...
He's from New Jersey.
Oh, he's from New Jersey.
I think, yeah. So
he's probably done this before.
That's mob deep right there.
That's very mob deep. So what did I do? I put a wire.
Put a wire on my kid.
Yeah.
So he unfortunately had the worst surprise any parent could have, besides an allergy attack.
It always starts right when we start the show.
Right when we, it's fine for 2 hours, and then there we go. So
maybe allergic to this podcast.
Yeah. I'm allergic to the limelight, and all the fame that I've been receiving.
Right.
So he got like 6 hours of audio, and what he heard was appalling. He heard...
Was this in one day? Or was this like...
I think it was a one-day thing. I think 1 day is all it took.
I mean, just to be able to like catch that on one day.
On one day. One random day.
All those...
Like a Tuesday.
You should hear the audio. It's terrible.
Yeah, you can hear some of it on the video, and it's on our story if you click on the...
Yeah.
It's a YouTube thing. Actually, no, it's embedded in the YouTube.
There you go.
Or embedded in the story. It's, let's just start the show.
Hello, welcome to...
But the audio is, it's terrible. I mean, the teachers start out the day talking about like alcohol. Like the 1-8 is like talking about how she had a whole bottle of wine the night before. She's like, I forgot to have dinner because I had a bottle of wine. And the teacher's like, were you throwing up? It's like they were going back and forth, but like in front of the kids, like they just gotten done saying like, "Good morning, kids. What day is it today?"
This is like the shit that you expect to see in The Simpsons.
Yeah,
like Mrs. Krabappel's like just hungover and talking to some of the other people in the teachers'
lounge.
lounge.
It's like it was unreal hearing this stuff. At the end of the day, I guess all this stuff goes on. Like the teachers are like bullying the kids and telling them to shut up, and
you don't
stuff
expect
like
that to happen.
At the end of the day, they're talking about how they want their husbands like sterilized, and So, Stu's like, great, they started the day talking about alcohol, they ended the day talking about sex. And in between, they bullied the kids and told them to shut up and told them, mocked them, mimicked them. Terrible. You never expect this sort of thing to happen.
At least you hope it doesn't.
Yeah. It seems like from the comments on his change.org petition and other places, Reddit, where the video had kind of started its fame, and on his, they're on the YouTube video, it sounds like this happens more than you really want to know it happens, which is a damn shame.
Yeah. And it always starts out like that. Someone uncovers something like this, and people come out,
and then all of a sudden, everyone's like, "This happened to me too. This happened to me too."
Did you hear about that case? It was pretty local to Southern California. I can't remember what it was. I want to say like Bakersfield, where this teacher put like leeches, or not leeches, bugs on kids' faces and videotaped.
That was the Miramonte thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Miramonte.
The beetles on the dude's faces are like not the worst part. I mean, he put like semen on cookies.
And gave it to him. And filmed it. Like, what does this taste like? Does it taste sweet?
Yeah.
And just, oh my god.
That was a sick asshole.
And all they did...
That school went down hard, too.
Well, all they did is they relocated the teachers.
Yeah.
Like, they basically, it's not like that their teachers are at fault for this, but they hired completely new staff and just like gutted the whole school out.
Yeah, they shut the whole school down.
Which is good, but I don't know. I mean, that's a whole nother case.
And Stuart's big point on his after he wired his kid, one of his biggest points was that the school district, I guess, like the school snapped into action immediately, which he says was great.
Yeah.
But they fired one of the teacher's aides, and then another one of the teacher's aides and the teacher both were just moved to a different school. Which he said, well, why? If they're bullying kids, are they not going to do that in the other school? And so he's not suing anyone. He just wants the teachers and the aides to apologize, which is pretty big of them. But he also has a change.org petition that says, we want New Jersey to fire teachers based on bullying, which is a slippery slope. I think someone said that in the comments. Maybe not. But you have to worry about accusations. Teachers are already under the gun for a lot of things, and I am not at all defending any teacher that's bullying or doing anything or putting semen on cookies and making kids eat them. But teachers are already underpaid and underappreciated. It's time for our country to really start hiring some good ones and standing behind them, and not I don't know. It's a tough situation.
Yeah.
Teaching is a fucked profession.
They should hire They should hire undercover students to go in there and like report,
like air marshals on planes.
Like just
there's
like
the one kid in the back with like a gun on him, just checking it out.
And he's like twice the size of everyone else, like with a little hat. Like, hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
A little person with a gun.
You got any Pokemon?
But
I don't know.
so,
I mean, what do you think is what do you think's the answer to this?
I don't know. That was our question of the week.
So,
what would you do if you suspected your teacher was a bully? Who knows?
Fuck, man. Like, you can't really go to school and like sit outside the classroom and go like,
yes,
at the teachers.
Not everyone. I mean, not everyone is smart enough to be able to wire their kid.
Right.
I mean, I certainly don't know if I would know how to do it.
But at the same time, even if you go to like the head, the front office in the school, like
God's name is that?
Oh, it's the laundry.
Okay, we're good.
Even if you go to the front office in the school, like chances are they might cover it up to save their own asses because it comes from the top. It comes from the top, not doing anything and not taking action or not investigating their own teachers that they hired.
And schools are I'm not saying this with any sort of evidence, but schools are reluctant to listen to parents because they usually think like
they're just overreacting.
Who am I going to believe? My teacher that has been working here for 20 years or this crazy parent who has had their kid here for like 2 years now or 1 year?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, you accuse a teacher of something, it's got to be serious. But I mean, there needs to be some sort of venue where you're able to submit a grievance and have it seriously investigated.
Well, at least with kids with special needs, especially autism. I mean,
Stuart was saying that the part that he hated the most was that you knew these
kids
teachers
didn't know
and aides.
anything.
Yeah, they're autistic, so they had no communication skills, so they couldn't tell their parents.
Yeah.
And so he was saying their treatment of the kids was subhuman.
Yeah.
Like they were treating them as if they were not even human because they couldn't
That's a very good point.
Report back to their parents. And that is a big thing. I mean, that's that's a lot more serious, I think, than, giving kids semen on cookies and knowing that they could go back to their parents and tell. I don't know. It's fucked. So we had 2 responses to the question.
Susan McDonald.
Highly popular question this week.
She said that she was in the same position twice.
What?
And she took it straight to the principal with all the facts and witnesses. So she got her facts and witnesses together, built a case, and took it right to the top.
Right to the top.
Not the school district, but to the principal. Because, who knows if the school district's going to do shit. So in one instance, a teacher drew a circle on a chalkboard and had her son stand in front of the class and put his nose there.
Huh.
She called him nosy all the time, and he never told me. Another boy told his mom, who told me. So, with 25 witnesses, you can't go wrong. So her idea is to just get as many people to come forward as possible. Mm-hmm. If you find out something, talk to other people in the class, talk to other, parents of students to see if they've been talking.
Now, from a teacher's perspective, we have Justin Aon.
Mm-hmm. He's a math teacher.
Who writes for us. He's a math teacher, and he has written a couple articles, light-hearted articles about teaching. And he said, this is such a tough question because of how everyone defines bullying. Totally. Mm-hmm. The women in that video clearly step over the line, and the father was well within his rights and acted appropriately. On the other hand, I've had parents accuse me of bullying their children after conversation. It turned out that they defined bullying as holding them accountable for their actions.
That's
totally
true.
By making them turn in assignments and come to class on time, I was a bully. That's the slippery part of it. With that being said, if anything like this happened to my children, I would be at the armies of Rome.
I would be the armies of Rome.
I would be the armies of Rome, laying waste to all in my path.
I'm assuming he'd be pissed.
That sounds like he'd be very angry.
He'd be very angry and write a stern letter.
Someone
like
else,
the Romans did.
Someone else had a response here, and I don't remember who it was. There we go. Vita Locke on Twitter.
What's her Twitter name?
Clicked on my fucking name. It is. I'm trying to get there. Mommy Locke. Mommy L-O-K.
Locke.
She's got a website, mommylock.wordpress.com. She's a mother to 3 incredibly adorable kids. Her words, not mine.
We're not toddlers and tiaras.
She's a part-time wedding planner.
But
cool. She said she'd raise some hell, to put it nicely.
So
she'd fucking kill him. I'll fill in the blanks. Yeah, I think Justin raises some good points. There's some very illogical parents out there that think that you're bullying their kids if you like get on their case to like do their shit.
Here's a question: would you do this? Would you do this? Would you go online and post it to Reddit? Would you like make a video, explain your case, post it to Reddit, let them handle it?
That's a tough one because Reddit can go many different ways.
There's Reddit and 4chan, and 4chan will fuck your shit up. Reddit will probably raise money and fuck your shit up.
Yeah, fuck your shit up anyway. I think if you're as bulletproof as Stu's story is,
it's pretty bulletproof.
I mean, Stu had like evidence and a really honest story, and I mean, if you're one of these parents, it's like,
can you release audio like that without? I mean,
in California, you have to have the person's consent to recording them. I don't know what it's like in other states.
Unless it's governed by a warrant, right? I think so.
Something, yeah.
Like you can't wear a wire unless you can't record something and then post it for public information. Unless you have written consent from
these
other
days.
person.
What can't you do because of the internet?
Yes.
So what do you do?
I'd probably do the same thing and go to the top.
I don't know what I would do.
I would probably bypass the school and go right to the school board.
Interestingly enough, I had gone to an all-boys Catholic high school.
Yeah.
In an all-boys environment, I mean, girls kind of keep you, like, normal because everyone's trying to impress the girls. But in an all-boys school, I mean, bullying, like, was rampant on all levels, like student to student, student to teacher, teacher to student. But it was all considered like all in good fun, or boys will be boys, and I don't know. There was all sorts of excuses for it. But there was one teacher who used to like actively bully the kids that were like slipping behind in class. Now, when I say bully, it was like lighthearted. Like he would make them wear like a New Kids on the Block pin.
Oh, that's fun.
Like, to make an ass of them, or he'd make them wear a
weenie
on their forehead.
Make them wear a pink robe.
Yeah. This is all me. This is how I roll. But, it's like there's stuff like that went on. And, like, it's like I don't know if, like, if you're going through that gray area of what's bullying and what's not, it's like I don't know what you do in that situation. Man. But I don't know. It's. I think we resolved that it's a tough one.
It's a toughie.
And we hope that no one that we know or like ever goes through it.
First story.
Sounds like me. I did not bring this with me today, but our first story is The Art of Roughhousing. It's a book. When I scroll down, I'll tell you who wrote it.
By Anthony de Bennett.
Oh, de Bennett.
De Bennett.
And John Grace, maybe?
James
Grace?
Nope. That's the other book.
That's the other one.
Lawrence Cohen.
Lawrence J. Cohen.
Lawrence J. Cohen. PhD, you gotta say that.
I have no info about this actual book. But this was a really awesome book.
They're both doctors. I wrote this.
Unfortunately, sorry, Quirk Books. I had been sitting on this one for like a year.
But it got rejacketed.
I was reading. No, that was the other one.
Oh.
This one actually was.
Rejacket this one and we'll get it again.
Yeah, rejacket this one. Send it back. I'll take it. So this one, I'd been reading it, and it actually was awesome as far as like the science behind roughhousing. Like they don't just tell you like
they describe it in
like
pretty good detail.
Yeah, but I mean they have like an intro about like the psychology behind it and why it's good and why you should like throw your kids around. And we had that conversation last week, I think, about the dad who threw the kid across the room in the video.
Yeah.
The mom blogger was like, too far, oh my god. Like these guys make a really good case for doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they go through all of these different, I think it said something like over 160 or something like that.
Well, it tells you how to do it safely.
Different. Yeah.
And safety is safety first.
Safety is paramount when dealing with your kids. Safety first. Safety is paramount when you're dealing with your kids and their little. You don't want to drop.
You do not want to drop them on their head. You don't want to.
Especially
paralyze them.
Especially that balloonist move that we have the screenshot of. It looks like it's going to be like a tombstone pile driver at first. Like,
do people have to go to
Undertaker?
Do wrestlers have to go to school for?
Yeah, well,
is there wrestling school?
There's like a training thing that they have to go through to make sure they do things
proper.
Yeah.
Before they kill someone.
Yeah, you can definitely.
It's not MMA shit, so you gotta. Even in MMA, you know how to like.
Yeah,
protect yourself from breaking a
femur. Well, it's like you know how to do like leg drops properly when you're wrestling and stuff like that.
Yeah, without killing.
Unfortunately, wrestling looks so awesome that you just want to jump up and do it. But these guys will tell you how to do it right. And a lot of their activities are not like hardcore wrestling. Like, here's how you put a figure four lock on your kid.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it's like, here's how you can properly throw them up in the air and grab them.
Yeah.
Or how you can properly, throw them up on your shoulders with a little flip, or do like the move that you see a lot of parents where like their kids walk up their legs and then flip over forwards.
Do they have a video of this? Do they have videos?
No.
They should do videos, like instructional videos.
They should.
Like, what's that Napoleon Taekwondo?
Rex Kwando. They should.
Rex Kwando.
QuirkBooks should hire us to write and video the what should I have like done that one as? To write and video this book and make it into a real thing. I will supply one of the toddlers at least. I mean, I only got one.
I'll supply a almost 20-month-old.
If you tell us that we're gonna get rich off this in a couple of years, like if we're gonna take a couple of years, I'll make another toddler.
Me too. Not together, but
separate but equal.
We can do it together.
But this is a great book. It was awesome. I highly recommend it. They, like I said, make a great case for roughhousing. They tell you exactly why it's important. Some great ways of how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you why each activity, like they give you a background, like a lot of the stuff you're doing already.
Yeah.
With your kid, like if you ever play around with your kid in a roughhousey horseplay type way, you're already doing a lot of the stuff. So they tell you exactly why it's important and what the background is on it and why it's called what it's called. And
I mean, it goes back to our most primal nature of just having fun with people.
I mean, they tell you how to do a pillow fight, like, and they remind you don't use the ones with the zippers. They say use a throw pillow. That's why they're called throw pillows, and they don't have zippers on the outsides.
So. Never know when a zipper's gonna wreck your face.
But there's like a steamroller move that you can do with like a baby, where like you like literally like cradle them in your arms and then roll around the floor, and like it's totally safe because you're like arched in a certain way and you have their head cradled, and you like roll across the floor, and like the kids fucking love it. I guess I don't know. I never
try that. Next story.
So pick it up today, QuirkBooks.
There you go. Plugging away.
It's like our new favorite book.
Our BFFs.
Did you know that QuirkBooks did the Dad Labs book?
Really?
They did. Did you know that there's 4 guys in Dad Labs and not just Clay and Brad?
Who knew?
I thought they were just Clay and Brad.
They have camera operators?
There's 4 other guys and a boom mic guy.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
We need a boom mic guy.
We do.
Where are they located? In Texas, right?
Texas.
Yeah.
All my exes are from Texas.
Yep. Next story. Nas. Is it Nas?
Nas?
Nas. Nas.
Nas.
Nas. Nas. Whatever you want to call him.
Nas. King Nas.
Nas drops daughters. Not multiple daughters all at once, but the song Daughters.
He drops it.
He drops daughters. He just released a new track that's going to be for his upcoming record.
Do you think this was like a response to Jay-Z's song about his daughter? Like, do you think he was like, man, that did really well in the public. I think I'm gonna release my own.
It's a good theory.
Do you think he really sounds like that too?
I think so. I think you're talking about Busta Rhymes.
Nas, if you're watching, I'm sorry. And since you're not, whatever.
He's not gonna watch this.
You don't know. Nas could watch our show.
But this, oh,
8-Bit Dad, yeah, man. Click. Oh, he's in the chat right now. What up, Nas?
Everyone loves us. No one. Numbers don't show it.
Sorry, I'm like all over your fucking
stuff. It's
all
right.
That's what I do. I shit on everyone else's stories.
I'm used to it.
I'm like, hey, don't interrupt me. Oh, so did you see? Blah blah blah. Go. Just go. I'm gonna fucking drink coffee.
You're cold out.
What did Nas do? What did he fucking do?
Shut the fuck up.
I can't. I just can't. It's the Twinkies.
Twinkies. He's gonna have a record out on July 17th, and this was, I guess, the latest single to come out. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because this appeared on SoundCloud and got taken down like within a couple hours. Yeah.
Was there a reason? Like, do you know if there was a reason?
No idea.
For that, or just...
I think maybe the record label was like,
because Nas is too fierce. His lyrics are too fierce.
But the YouTube, it's all over YouTube now since it just got released.
That's what happens.
I don't know if this was on purpose, but so he this song is based around his daughter Destiny Jones, who he had with the baby's mama. Forgot her name.
Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones. And she took a photo a couple months ago in February of a box of condoms, like next to her bed or off to the side on her nightstand or something like that, and Instagrammed it to Twitter, and it got around, got a news story, and made him look like a dick. So he was he was pretty livid about this whole thing.
Man, and kids will be kids. I mean, you got 17, a teen daughter? I'm sorry. Like, that's just... I'm sorry for you in the future.
I know, dude.
Like, it's just...
I can't even imagine.
It's going to happen, and it's not going to be fun.
We'll play it right now. It's kind of... I mean, it's a pretty good song.
Now, you know what? Not to sound like the whitest I've ever sounded in my life, but Nas spits hot fire.
He does, dude. And
he's been up and down, but I mean, he's...
he's in the lyrics, he talks about the whole scandal.
Daughters. How does this differ from Trey Chaney's song about parenthood, where he's like brushing his teeth in the mirror with his son? He's like, "Man, I love kids. Kids are great. They're our future."
Well,
and Nas is like, "This is a song for the daughters."
Can we say that? We're gonna bleep that when we say it.
Just cut me out of the show this week.
Just put a black box. Put a big Twinkie.
put a picture of Nas's face in front of my mouth. This is a song for with daughters.
But in the lyrics he goes on to say, like, at this point I realized that he's not the strictest parent. He's too loose. He's too cool with her. He should have drove her to school instead of like dropping jewels. Spoiling her with money. Took her from private school so she could get her balance to public school. They nurture with their talents and stuff. So he's, spitting hot fire doing that shit. And they grow fast. One day she's not your little princess. She's talking about boy business. Next day, it just hits you like when teenagers like. I think there's a second part of that sentence I'm going to come up with eventually. Go for it.
I think it's, in a scary, backwards way, and I don't have kids, so...
You don't have kids?
I don't know. I don't have a daughter, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I almost like...
What are you doing on the show?
Say this without... I don't have
Get
kids.
the fuck out of here.
But it's almost better that she tweeted a picture of, like, condoms.
Instead of a sex video?
A baby or something, like...
Or a sex video, yeah.
A pregnancy test? Like, I mean, come on. Like, it's almost... Keep this cute little box on my nightstand. My homegirls know what I keep in it. Can you guess?
See, no, I think this is different because she's underage. She's like, dude, that's a lot of condoms.
Is that a condom box? What is that?
What is that? Oh, it's just like a...
It's like a box like a brick of condoms. Oh, yeah, that's the picture.
Oh, okay. I thought
the Trojan Fire and Ice, Trojan bear skin.
Oh, Magnum.
Which my wife thought was actually bear skin, like the bear, the animal.
Oh, that would have been rough.
Yeah, I was like, bears are not known to have soft skin.
Or soft penises.
And I'm pretty sure if someone was making condoms out of bear skin, like there'd be a group after them. I mean, they make like sheepskin condoms, but...
Like literally sheep?
Yep.
How does that work?
They don't, I don't think, work. But you can put them in your dishwasher to clean them out. Not really. That's just something I do.
We just put condoms in the dishwasher and they're trying to find. We use them. So check that out.
If you're a daughter, then
you're making me do more work.
I know. I just want to say it over and over.
Shit. Last time I had to bleep out.
And speaking of daughters, next story.
Oh wait, this is mine. I put the wrong name on it.
It's cool.
Whatever. So that's it for what we had this week.
We're sorry.
We're just terribly sorry about this.
We never wanted it to be this way.
Boom goes the dynamite.
The world forced us to be like this.
We're going to go on to BuzzFeed.
Like the X-Men.
And check out... when was this posted?
This is a segment we like to call... Trolling Parenthood Sites.
This is lights.
Can we get that graphic up again?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll let you do your job.
With the kids going, yay! Did you see that?
Yeah. That's awesome. We need more segments just so we can have more things like that. Was that like the Super Mario clouds on the sides?
Yeah, it's nice.
I keeps it real. Or you keep it real. I just keep it.
So the top 30, the 35 douchiest dads.
Well, I'd say,
So we'll kind of go through them really quick.
Is that Michael Lohan with a see-through shirt on?
Yep.
God.
That's awesome. I love that post.
Now, I don't think they're ranked, right? It's just...
No, I think it's just the 25. They're
Bono? Wow, these guys are really pulling up.
See, they fucked up. They did 24, and then they changed it to 35.
Because they came up with more.
Gotcha, bitch.
This guy's like, I'm going to do 24 douchey dads. And
got 11 more.
Oh, found more. It's because as he was writing, I bet like people came into his cubicle and they're like, did you get down Michael Lohan? Did you get P. Diddy? Did you get A-Rod?
Did they have cubicles?
Did you get Carlos Mencia?
I don't know. Number 1 is Billy Ray Cyrus. Okay.
What? Seriously? Okay, so...
Yeah, I know. Okay, hold on.
Okay, you get...
Number 2, John Gosselin.
They'll get there. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Mickey Rourke.
I don't know much about him, but okay.
He looks creepy as shit. But, I liked him in The Wrestler. He was good. But... I don't know him personally, so...
I saw him in Iron Man 2, and...
Yeah, he was good.
Iron Man definitely fucked him up.
Yep. Michael Lohan, number 4.
Yes.
Peter Andre. I don't know who the fuck this is.
I don't know who that is either. But you see that kid on the bottom?
Whoa, what?
I'm just going to say yes.
Yes. Number 6, Kevin Federline.
Yes. Although, yes.
Yeah. Uncle Jesse, no. Uncle Jesse's a fucking awesome
Number
person.
1, and also Uncle Jesse's not a real dad. He's a fucking character on Full House and wasn't even a father on that episode, right? Oh, yeah.
John Stamos.
Yeah, he had the 2 kids.
Uncle Jesse's fucking rock solid.
Nikki and Cody. I don't know what the hell the kids are.
I'm going to defend Full House.
Totally. He's not real.
Yeah, come on.
That's why it was 24 and they put it up to 35 is they got like fake.
Speaking of not real, Pete Wentz.
Pete Wentz, yes.
Yes, douche. Number 9, Hulk Hogan.
Yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we all know about him now. Matthew McConaughey.
Now, what's he done?
I don't know, but he's got a sweet body. So
he's hot.
Nothing gay about that. I'm just saying.
I'd fuck him. What I would.
Number 11, Scott Baio.
I guess. I guess he did that 45 in single show. That was stupid.
Mel Gibson.
Sure.
Yeah. Donald Trump. Yeah. Dr. Phil. Yeah. Bill O'Reilly. Yeah. Brett Michaels. Yeah. Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Is Tom Cruise though? I mean, or is he just?
He's just crazy.
Is he just independently crazy?
He's just like.
Because I've never seen him do anything bad to his kids, but I haven't really seen him around the kids all that much. It's usually Katie Holmes with Siri.
Yeah.
Siri's your name, right?
Yeah, Siri.
Is she the voice of my phone?
Yes. Okay. Number 18, A-Rod.
Never heard anything about him.
I never heard anything about that Bono. Yeah, he's.
I didn't even know Bono had kids, but I believe it.
He's probably got kids, and he's like got 40 of them in Africa or something like that. Number 20, P. Diddy.
I almost said it again.
Whatever. Mark Wahlberg.
Now, Mark Wahlberg, I think, is a pretty well put together guy. We had an article about him.
Yeah, I remember
a couple months ago. Like, he's really adamant on like not getting his kids into show business, and he's really parenthood first type guy.
So I don't know about,
at least according to like the interviews that he does. So I don't know if he's done anything specifically that's made him a douche besides like holding his dick in a Calvin Klein ad.
It's fine,
but I mean, you gotta get your money now.
Yeah.
If Calvin Klein came to me and said, "Get in your underwear and hold your dick," I'd do it.
I'm doing it right now.
They have not come to me.
Number 22, Carlos Mencia.
Sure.
Okay. Sylvester Stallone.
In that picture, yes.
Yes. Alec Baldwin.
Well, he did that. He did the thing where he's calling his daughter a pig.
Oh yeah. Okay.
A dirty little pig or something like that.
I don't know about douche, but maybe like part-time asshole.
He had a moment that maybe.
I'm gonna say part-time asshole. Stan's dad, not real.
Not real.
And fuck Fucking no.
South Park.
No. Stan's dad is awesome. I love that guy.
He is on South Park.
26, Dick Cheney.
Sure.
Heartless bastard. Number 27, Levi Johnston.
Don't know who he is, but he has a hockey jersey on.
He's the guy that's knocked up Sarah Palin's daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
And he skipped out of town. And
Totally. He was back in the news again for something, I think. I forget.
I don't know. He was like taking dates with Kathy Griffin and shit.
Shit.
I don't know. O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah. George Bush.
I don't know anything about his fatherhood. I mean, he was definitely
he's
kind of weird for the country, but unless they're counting us as his children, because we were in his presidency. I don't know about him with his kids.
You know,
his kids, I think, are incredibly proud of him. Maybe not.
I don't know. He was the president, so. 30, Gene Simmons. Okay.
Sure.
He's got a TV show. He's a douche. Number 31, paternity guests on Maury.
Like all of them?
All of them?
Well, you might as well make this a top 100 list then.
Number 32, David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
Yes. Number 33, Flavor Flav.
Sure.
Oh,
I'm assuming yes.
All right. Joe the Plumber, yes. What's he done?
Sean Hannity? Oh, Joe the Plumber?
Yeah. Besides being
the figurehead for like
the Tea Party.
What's it called? Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know he had kids.
There's a lot of Republicans on this list. Although I'm assuming there's a lot of Democrats on here too. Yeah, it's the internet. So.
Number 35, Sean Hannity.
I don't know anything this guy's done as a father.
He's on Fox News, and that's about his douche.
That's all I know about him. Yeah, I know watching his show, you're like, Sean Hannity.
So those are the top 35, or the 35 douchiest dads. Check it out on BuzzFeed. Do not know who the author is, but we'll tag him on Twitter.
Gotcha. Biatch.
Next story.
So the next story in our trolling parenthood sites. It's from the Good Men Project, and it's from the Dad's Good section.
What the hell just happened?
Which is the best of daddy bloggers. We're not on it. And this story is from someone. I don't know who. They don't have like a box on here that says about the author. I think. Maybe not. It's by Showtime, Mr. Motivation. I don't know what that means. But it's 5 steps for dads to make it through prom season.
Luckily, I'm not there yet.
Yes, me neither. So let's see what his 5 tips are. Find out who your child is going with is number 1.
Wow, they got a lot of ads on here. Oh my god.
So yes, find out who your child's going with.
Yes.
That's important. I mean,
That's number 1.
You should find out who your child's going with anywhere. It's kind of my opinion. It's not just a prom.
Like out.
That's just good sense.
That's just going out.
Remind your child that we live in a time where any action can be captured and posted on the internet for all to see.
Yes. That's the tech-savvy dad talking. And,
and that sure is. I mean, I saw a statistic a couple months ago about, it might have been last year, maybe. I think it was last year during spring break, maybe, where they were saying that there's actually like fewer, like there's less nudity now at spring break because people are so aware of like cell phones and people going out and like putting people's pictures up.
Less nudity?
Yeah, like there's less, like people, like girls now know specifically, like there's dudes with their cell phones and they can get things on Facebook like right away.
So they're finally catching up to technology.
Yeah.
It's like the bell curve is like going like this, and they're like, oh, let's not get naked now.
Don't take your shirt off in public.
There you go.
Be less of a whore.
Yeah.
And that goes for guys too.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a whore, doesn't that like, fuck it, just let the whole world see it.
Let them see it. Maybe.
I don't know. Is Hot or Not still around?
Did we talk about this last week?
I think so.
I don't know.
Oh, Hot or Not.
But, yeah. So, yeah, you definitely with high schoolers.
Yes.
And that's, I guess, a big thing because, especially at prom, if your date's not 18 or you can get caught in this really weird statutory rape trap where passing around pictures of an under 18-year-old girl can end up in like jail time, and it can go on your record as a sex offender.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can, as an 18-year-old boy, if you have a picture of a girl who's under 18 on your phone and she's 17 and 18 in a couple months and she's your girlfriend and you've got pictures of her boobies, then you can end up on the sex offender list, and that will fuck your whole life, because when you apply for a job, they will ask you if you are, and you have to say yes. Bummer of the day. So be careful of that. Number 3, set a curfew and remind them about the dangers of drunk driving. That's kind of like a twofer.
Ooh.
Set a curfew.
That's like a jab and then a...
Yeah. It's a 1-2 punch of parenthood advice.
That was my
So the curfew, we'll see once I get to the point where my kid's going out. The curfew is not as important to me as the communication. Now that kids can text, and now that parents are text savvy, I think as long as you're keeping communication with your kid, you don't necessarily need to have them home at a certain time if you know where they are and that they're safe and that they're having fun and that kind of stuff.
Here's a question.
Someday I'm going to hate that. My kid's going to replay this and be like, Dad, you said it doesn't matter what time I'm home. And I'm like, 9 p.m., asshole. What's the question?
When should you get the cell phone for your kid?
I don't know.
Do you think when they're like going out by themselves and shit?
Know. I don't know. It seems to change. I mean, the age is being driven lower and lower.
Because I mean, when on average?
How early is too early for a cell phone? It's changing every year, because now that like iPhones are so prevalent.
Maybe we'll ask that next week.
Yeah. How soon is too soon for a cell phone?
Because
stay tuned.
That kind of goes along with this whole communication aspect. I mean, obviously you're in high school. Yeah, I hope you have a cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone until 5 years ago. Cell phones were like, they were like this big when we were like in high school.
My wife had like a Razor when she was in high school, like a Razor phone. Like,
oh yeah, I remember.
I mean, she's had like 10 phones.
So have I.
And I've had like 2.
Oh.
I've
also had 10 cars.
I said to my friend who worked at Best Buy, still does. I said I thought talking on the phone would be a fad. Because he's like, why didn't you get a cell phone? I was like, I just think people are not going to want to talk on the phone. And you know what? 2012, people are not talking on their cell phones. They're actually doing everything else on their phone but talking. So, fuck you. I was right. But yeah, I think if your kid's out and you can manage them like that. I mean, if you have a good relationship with your kid, he'll text and be like, I'm still okay.
Yeah.
It's important to have your kid come home at a respectable time, but if they're having fun and you know they're friends and you trust them. I mean, I don't know about you, but I hung out with a good group of kids.
I didn't.
Like, they weren't like, in trouble. So it was like okay if I was out until whatever time in the morning, because my parents are like, what are they doing, playing video games?
So
like,
I mean, it's trust oriented then.
Yeah, you should get to know your kids' friends anyway.
Yeah, that's key.
So dangers of drunk driving, always, of course. Always. Create a prom care package. I don't even know what that means. I know this is hard to admit that your baby's finally growing up, blah, 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 so on and so forth. You already had the talk.
Like a parachute?
Oh, like a condom.
Oh.
Whether it be condoms, birth control pills, or chastity belt, LOL. Make sure that they are prepared. They probably already have a cell phone, but what about spending money or a scrapbook that includes some of your favorite moments from their childhood? What?
I don't know about that.
This guy's crazy. But I don't know. I think giving your
you should have this talk way before you're going on prom.
Yeah. And you're like, well, it's prom night tonight. Here's some condoms and a Plan B pill. And like, you can't give your kid a birth control pill like at that point, like that night, and be like, start this up. It's going to alter your whole uterine thing.
That's weird. I didn't see that.
Spending money, sure. Condoms, sure. Aside from that, I don't know.
Is that encouraging sex?
That's always been a big debate. Whether giving your kid condoms makes
the same thing with like schools handing them out in like sex ed classes. Like
I don't know.
Parents get all weird about that.
My dad gave me condoms when I was like 14 or 13 or something like that. Like I remember, like I got them and I was like, "What are these fucking things? These go where? Do I wear these as gloves?" Like I never used one of them for sex. I think I masturbated with a couple of them because I was like, "Oh, this is what it's gonna feel like. This is awesome." like I had sex like 7 years later, basically. Like it was like, I don't know.
Hopefully you didn't try to use that condom.
I kept it on my dashboard for 7 years. And then
you open it and it disintegrates.
I actually put all 10 of them on my penis at once and just wore them like that for years. I don't know. This guy, he's got some good advice, I guess.
I don't know. I think you should
his last
have
one,
that talk before.
Yeah.
Prom.
That's something you're going to want to set up ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like the cell phone thing.
Yeah.
Number 5 was stay up and wait for them to come home. It's important to wait up for your kids after the prom to make sure they got home safe, sound, and sober. Even though I'm sure that you'll trust their judgment, there is nothing better than having the assurance that everything is okay before you close your eyes for the night. Yeah, you could probably just...
Yeah.
You could probably just...
If you can stay
couch
awake
it for a while. Just sleep on the couch, and then when they come home, you'll hear the door, obviously.
What would Tony Danza do?
Go right into beating them. What the fuck?
She's still the boss.
It's 5 a.m. Did you take all those birth control pills I gave you? All 7 of them? So there's one comment on the article, and Leia says, and then what happens when they go away to college? Who knows, Leia? Who fucking knows?
So
we should have a segment where we just answer other people's comments on other people's articles. We just address everyone else, and then put a comment on there that says, we fielded all these questions on it. So.
It's easier than typing it.
So-and-so writes.
Yeah. So that's it for this week's stories. Anything else? I think the bees are gone. And the bee guys
relatively
gone.
Quiet.
Yeah. I don't hear the buzzing anymore. They were in our fireplace before, and then they moved to like a crack in the house.
You usually got bees in your wall. You need to put them to work. I mean, you can have like organic honey.
They were going to be. They were going to work. They were starting to build a hive in there.
You should
or a nest.
Get
or
a beekeeper's suit and take their sweet, sweet honeys.
Or the monies.
Did you know that buying organic, like, I don't know what the hell you'd call it, but like farmer's market honey can help your allergies?
You should do that.
Because the bees are obviously going to different plants around your actual area.
Oh, okay.
And so if you...
It's not like outsourced bees.
Well, it could be. If you go to the farmer's market and they have like some other county or something, but if they have like locally grown honey, it'll help your allergies because you'll be like, ingesting pollen basically from the plants in the area. I
know a beekeeper. He actually works where I work.
Oh yeah?
He has his own bees, yeah.
Is he like a scientist?
He's a PhD doctor.
Huh.
He's got his own bees.
Who doesn't these days?
I know. So you can contact us and suggest stories.
Please do.
Because God knows we need it.
Because have you been watching the show?
Yes. Dads at 8bitdad.com. Or you can learn how to become a writer. Not a writer like
a rider, like DMX. Like riders.
Riders. By emailing us at contribute@8bitdad.com.
And you can, not you, can like us on Facebook.
I don't want to like us.
And you can find us there. It's facebook.com/8bitdad.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter, which is twitter.com/8bitdad. I ran out of breath. Twitter.com/8bitdads.
And you can repin our Pinterest bullshit. And that's pinterest.com/8bitdads.
So
join us on Google+, gplus.to/8bitdad.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that. Little Google. Put Google in the corner. So that's it for this week's episode of 8bitdad. I'm Brian Ferguson.
And I'm Zach Rosenberg. Until next week, this one's for all the daughters.
Fucker.
EIGHTBATDAD.com